ladies and gentlemen, we have Miss Sandra Murphy, who is the Managing Director of Equidiet, who will speak on We Are What We Eat, Reclaiming African and Caribbean Food Resilience. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Sandra's pioneering work as an entrepreneur and equine nutritionist dedicated to advancing sustainable and regenerative solutions for animal health and welfare. You see, we're touching everything today, right? As the founder of Equidiet UK Limited, she created Equigel. This is the world's first natural, fiber-based hydration feed for horses. It's designed to improve resilience by supporting hydration, digestive health, and long-term well-being. Her ethos extends far beyond equine care, with an emphasis on regenerative agriculture and global food security. Sandra is leading the development of innovative cattle feed formulations using high-protein, species-specific crops that naturally fix nitrogen in the soil. This approach not only enhances soil health and reduces reliance on synthetic fertilizers, but also lowers methane emissions while increasing productive yield. By aligning animal performance with sustainable land management, her work creates a model of circular, resilient agriculture. So I'm personally looking forward to Sandra's presentation, as her topic, which I know is completely different from mine, is a little bit similar to a topic I wrote about when I was doing my master's dissertation many, many moons ago. And mine was called You Are What You Eat, How Your Neighborhood Determines Your Health. So Sandra, please enlighten us and come to the podium. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's lovely to see you. I just wanted to say thank you to David and his team for organising this summit. This is my third one, so I was at the inaugural event and also last year and now this year, so it's really lovely to be here. Just get the technology right. Oh. Right, so a little bit about me. But so often, I've just heard some amazing speakers and some really inspirational panelists. And I just wanted to say this little bit before I started. So often, the achievements of black women are underestimated and overlooked and are not celebrated. Being the first is an achievement in itself, but being a black female first is exceptional, don't you think? Yeah? So, my name's Sandra Murphy. I'm a BSc Equine Sports Science, but I'm also a equine nutritional hydrotherapist and animal scientist, and I've been into horses for over 50 years. There is not many people that look like me in the space that I'm in. Believe you me, there is no one on any podiums, in the UK, that have the way I look. My daughter was actually the youngest British eventer in history at 12 years old, riding against the now UK Olympic champion. And her name's Ros Cantor. And my daughter was riding in the same competitions as her as 12 years old. But she suffered huge discrimination, and she stopped riding at 15 and got off her horse and said to me, "Mum, what do I have to do to show these people I'm good enough?" So, she was good enough, but she just couldn't cope with it. And so I took up the cause and I created I created BIRF, the British Ethnic Riders Federation, and that encourages ethnic minorities to take part in equine. So I'm actually the CEO of Equidiet UK Limited, and I pioneered the world's first liquid feed for horses. It's patented, and I become the 9th black woman in the history of the UK to get a patent since 1817. So both my daughter and myself are firsts, but we're so underestimated and so underplayed that nobody really knows about us. And plus, to have horses, you have to live in the countryside. And I'm up in the sticks. And it took me 4 hours to get here today, driving down. Thank you. So this is what I'm going to let you know what I do. Right? This is not about me, but this is to let you know what I do and how this has changed the lives of horses across the world. This is a horse here, doesn't want to drink. You know the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink? I can. Watch this. Now that is amazing. That is an advance in equine nutrition. In 850 years, a black woman has brought this to the world. And they're the products that I do. But that's, like I say, I'm here to talk about the health of us and the health of our animals as well. So I'm going to make sort of comparisons between the two. Sorry, I'm making a bit of a noise here, sorry. So the comparisons between the two. This is the food triangle. This is what we are supposed to eat as humans, yeah? And because of that, you can see at the bottom there, that is more carbohydrates, yeah? And we should be not eating carbohydrates because carbohydrates can cause major issues. This always happens to me. Sorry. So, yeah, so basically, we're eating the wrong things. That should be inverted. I'm going to try and rush now because I'm being rushed through now. So, and the same with animals as well. So we're doing a lot of grain in our feeds and we're having a lot of grain in our animal feeds. And it's really important because you know, the herbivores that we have, we eat. So we've got to make sure that they're fed healthy so that we can be fed healthy. So I'm going to try and rush through these science. This is how prehistoric man used to eat. Yeah, prehistoric man used to eat in this way. And because of that, he was quite ripped. He used to go up and find his food. He didn't have to get up in the morning and have Kellogg's cornflakes. It wasn't around then. Yeah, they had to find their food, and the food that they ate kept them healthy. And that's the same goes with our animals as well. Okay, I'm going to rush through it. So you can see the top one there. You know, how long are we going to last? We used to last thousands of years, but because if we eat like this at the bottom here, we're not going to last thousands of years. We're only going to last hundreds of years because of the fact that food and non-structural carbohydrates are so available to us now. Yeah, and we need to look at this diet. So if you look at this, I'm trying to, come on. Here, chronic diseases, inflammation, right? Inflammation is one of the biggest killers that we have in our health, inflammation. And so what we need to do is make sure that we're not getting inflammation in our bodies by eating the right things. And one of the things is totally preventable inflammation. Hello. I'll use this one until that one's fixed. But I can't do it. Oh, God, I can't believe this. Right, so if you look at this here, you've got omega-3, omega-6, okay? Omega-3 and omega-6. You don't think there's any difference, but omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. Omega-6 oils are inflammatory, pro-inflammatory, okay? And they have a massive effect on your physiology. And I just went back there. See the oils at the bottom there? Do you recognise all those oils? Vegetable oil, seed oil, sunflower oil, rapeseed oil, rice bran oil. These are all oils that are in your food. They're put in your food. These are all pro-inflammatory oils. They cause inflammation in your body. Okay? So these are the other things that cause an issue. Starchy foods, sugary foods. These are all foods that we shouldn't really be eating. Yeah, I know they're lovely. I do appreciate that, but they are having an effect on your health and your physiology. okay, and all these things as well. Do everybody recognise these? Yeah? Do it. Hands up who eats these. Come on, put your hands up. Right? So we've got to try and avoid these things, right? So starch is broken down to glucose, first in the mouth, then in the stomach, yeah, by hydrochloric acid. So we produce acid in our stomachs, okay? This enters the bloodstream, and then insulin is produced, and this is where we get diabetes, okay? Type 2 diabetes is totally preventable, okay? I'm getting poked in the eye by a microphone. So these are some of the figures of the issues that we're having in this country, yeah? But not in this country. America's really bad at the moment as well. It's been bad and it's getting worse, especially for children, okay? So basically, we're getting a lot of diabetes, we're getting a lot of heart disease, we're getting a lot of... Oh, it's not coming out. I don't know what's happening there. But these are some of the figures, okay? We're having huge problems with these chronic illnesses, and it's because of the food that we're eating. I know, because of the food that we're eating, okay? I'm trying to rush through. So what we need to do is turn over that food pyramid. We've got to turn it on its head, yeah? We've got to make sure that we take more meats, fish, you know, avocados. Anyone love avocado? Oh, eat as many as you like. They're brilliant, okay? So avocados, but if you can see at the top is just the grains, just very small amounts. That's all we need to be having. And that's the same in our horses and our animals, our cattle and that sort of thing. So I'm just going to go quickly through here. The main crops that we grow up in the countryside are commodity crops. These go into all your processed foods. So this is what we're growing. So if you go to Lincolnshire, you won't see food in the fields. You will see commodity crops, yeah? And this is shocking because we need to be growing our own food, yeah? Which is majorly important. So we need to be growing more of these things, yeah? Cabbages, potatoes, carrots, you know. And this here is called lucerne, and I'll go on to that quickly now. So lucerne is a sustainable crop. I'm trying to work with countries in subtropical Africa and Caribbean to try and get lucerne as a crop over there to be growing, because what it does, it actually puts, it's not come up. It puts nitrogen back into the soil, so you don't have to use chemical fertilizers. So it puts nitrogen fixing. It's also drought proof because it puts roots down 16 feet down into the ground, so you can grow it in hot countries. And that will feed the cows because it increases protein to allow for growth in meat and milk yield. So it's not actually showing me the bullet points, but that's basically what it is. It fixes nitrogen. So has anybody heard of the Bovier? Bovier? Where they were putting chemicals in to stop the cows burping, farting, or whatever they call it, whatever they want to say. This was in this country. They were using a chemical called Bovier, which they hadn't researched, which actually causes cancer. Yeah, and they were putting it in all the dairy cows to stop the methane production. Now, this is terrible. In the 80s, they lost 4 million cows in the 80s, yeah, with CJD, because they thought it would be good to feed cows meat. Yeah? And you can't feed cows to cows and expect a good outcome, yeah? And so we lost 4.5 million cattle when they killed them all because of this CJD. Yeah, that causes prions in the brain of people. So they're coming up with all these chemicals. Well, I'm coming up with something that's natural, okay? And the natural part of it, oh God, there's no bullet points there. Okay, the natural part of it is I'm developing a cattle feed based on what I've been doing for the last 10 years with my equine feed that's going all over the world. Yeah, so it is proven. I'm trying to develop a cattle feed that is based on the alfalfa, the lucerne, and a plant-based protein that slows down the production of H ions that reduces methane naturally without killing you and making you sick. Yeah, but I need the support in this. I need people to help support this project that I'm doing, right? So I'm nearly there. 2 seconds. Okay, so that's it really. So yeah, so I'm here to support. I'd like to know if there's anybody out there, because in the space that I'm in, there's very few black people. So when it comes to equine and anybody supporting me, they don't know anything about equine. But if I don't find some support, I'm having to, like they said at the World Horse Welfare, if you can find a white person to front your business, it will do better. Yeah? Yeah? So this is why I need some support. Anybody that's interested in finding out more about what I'm doing would be great, because in the space I'm in, they don't accept people that look like me. Yeah? Thank you.